Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a little bit more grassroots now for this channel and not as much ag related, but we have a 1987 Honda Civic RT four-wheel drive wagon. I think that's what they're called. This isn't the super sought after one. This has a solid rear diff, but it does have the viscous center diff, and this is the new farm truck slash beater. So the story behind this thing is my buddy got it. Well, I'm going to be honest. We just talked him into getting it, and we were going to use it as a parts car to make his EM1 all-wheel drive, and it's going to be fast and super cool. Well, then we got it, and because we're idiots, we're like, oh, this has a solid rear diff, and one thing came to another, and my buddy hooked me up. He's like, you can buy it. So this is now my rig. And with this being a YouTube channel and all, thought I'd make a video on it. So this was this dude's wood hauler. It grew up in North Carolina, spent most of its life in Michigan, and then just recently came to Minnesota. Hence why it's not completely rotted out, but it's definitely starting to get rusty, and I'm going to try and save on that, but I'm not really going to restore this thing. Just going to drive it and try to drive it for as long as I can. But by no means is she a beautiful rig. It's been a work truck. It's missing the rear speakers and all the goodies. It's just a getter, an up and getter. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I'll show you guys underneath the hood here. It's a pretty honest car. That's the greatest way to put it. And it goes the speed limit pretty easily. Go getter, that's the word I was looking for. And the cool thing about these two, has a Weber conversion, which is pretty awesome. You know, vacuum line's cut, so that's nice. Probably got a vacuum leak somewhere. I know it does because it idles high, but it tells you the engine right there, so that's pretty sick. What else should I tell you guys about the rig? Well, I guess I'll tell you guys as I go, because honestly I've only had this for a couple days and I really haven't even dug into it. The only thing I did was tune the carburetor a little bit, but we still have a pretty significant vacuum leak. It idles at 1500 RPM, and if I tune the carb to make it run better, it actually goes up higher and idles, so I think we're kind of leaning it out, but whatever. I'm just going around it here and feeling for worn ball joints, tie rods, wheel bearings, and so far so good. It's been awesome. Kind of sucks I live on gravel. Still has all the mud flaps, which is sick, so that helps. And winter's coming up here, but it's still not going to be for a couple months, and this is on snow tires, and I'm going to take them off because I don't want to prematurely wear these. I have some other tires sitting around. This is actually from my 87, 88 Volkswagen Jetta. Same bolt pattern, same tire size even. It'll bolt right on up to the Honda here, so we're just going to put these guys on. These are normal summer terrains, Westlakes, and they got brand new tread on them for the most part. They're a little old. I think they're a little heavier, but at least we'll be keeping on these winter tires. And this also came with a set of summer tires, and they were about halfway worn, but definitely got a few years worth of free tires for this thing, so that's pretty sweet. So the first thing I'm going to inspect when popping this off is the brake rotor and the brake pad condition. I think it'll be fine. The dude seemed to take decent care of it. I mean, it's a great running and driving car. Just got it licensed and insured today. Look at that little thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, rotor looks pretty good. Even has a backsplash shielding. That's impressive. Got a lot of meat on that pad on there. Oh, and I can't really tell on the inside. Oh yeah, and we got a lot of meat on the pad on the inside. So this thing does brake good, but it's still good to check it. Looks like the brake line is being held with baling wire. That's nice. Lines don't look super rotted out. They actually look pretty good. It's just a lot of gravel dust on them. Rubber here looks pretty good. CV axles, I don't see grease everywhere, so I can assume the boots are fine. This thing doesn't leave any fluids underneath it too, which is pretty sweet. Let's see. It's a newer looking nut. That might be a new CV axle even. Sick. I think there is just the slightest bit of play in this tie rod, but oh, no, what am I thinking? It's fine. And we'll look up at the strut towers, strut mounts, not rotted out. This thing it's kind of a survivor. I'm not going to lie. Got my feeler gauge here. Just going to go around and feel all the treads and, you know, put the proper treads in the proper places. All right, so after some quick measurements, those two, that one's really dirty because I had to drag the Jetta out of the back 40 and It was a nightmare, but disregard. Those two are 8/32. This guy right here and right here are 6/32, so they'll be going on the rear. And yeah, I mean, this is a front wheel drive bias car, and obviously most of the braking force goes towards the front. If you want the best traction, you actually put the best tread in the rear, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into it. But anyways, we'll get this guy mounted on here, and then we'll drive around down the road. I'll get all the other ones mounted on and give you a video of the quick inspections on this too. And drive around down the road, fling all this dirt off, and life is good. And I just got to say before I put together, looks like they put an Autobots thing on, kind of racy, but whatever. This thing is quiet. It drives down the road great. Like, it's a real good pull. This reminds me of my old Subaru Loyale. It was a good marketplace buy, unlike this thing. I'm just kidding, bro. I know you're watching this. Yep. Yeah, time to fix that engine I blew up. You know what that means. Now, I will say the only catch to putting Volkswagen wheels on a Honda is that this is now just lug-centric, so you got to make sure, obviously, your lugs got the concave or convex or whatever on them. And so, yeah, this is now just going to be lug-centric. It's not going to be lug and hub-centric. The hub bearing, or not the hub bearing, but the center hub is slightly bigger, but it's not a big deal, and kind of fits the vehicle. Looks pretty good. Got the rear and the air here, and man, I'm really liking these. They almost look like little all-terrains, but this is a really healthy bearing and everything. The bushings all feel fine. Again, I think this thing was a pretty good deal. I'm kind of surprised though. I would think that would spin freely because that center coupler is just a viscous thing. So once it heats up, that's how it's supposed to engage, but it's acting like it's locked. So that's kind of weird. And it feels like a front-wheel drive car. It doesn't feel like an all-wheel drive car, but who knows? Anyways, let's pop this guy off and take a look at a solid axle on a Honda. I never seen that before. Yeah, I can concur. That's a solid axle on a Honda Civic. It's just kind of crazy to me. The only catch, I guess, you know, this looks like, I wouldn't say it's a catch, but it looks like it's falling apart. But no, the paint's just chipping off the axle, so now it's just getting down to the cast. It's not a big deal. Is that a factory muffler? I think so. This thing is just, the guy wasn't kidding. When we bought it, he said it is like right at the turning point where this thing really starts to turn into a clap piece of junk. Or you can save it. And I'm in the middle. I really don't want to do body work on this and whatnot. Like, maybe someday, but I just need a good beater, and I got a million other projects. I'm building the shed. I got to overhaul the 504 tractor and blah, 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 blah. But I really, miss having a fun daily, and that's kind of been something that died inside of me when I got rid of the Loyale. I can't put this on with one hand. So that's kind of what this thing is going to be, again, is the fun daily, and maybe even get air conditioning working it again. And find some R12, because that'd be kind of cool. I got one can of it, but yeah, so that's the goals with this thing, is just make it a fun daily and just sort of rust proof it. I know you can't really stop rust with Minnesota salt and whatnot, but if I just try my hardest and really slow it down, I think we can keep on keeping on with this thing. I don't see why not. So yeah, let's get this wheel on, and then we'll test out the bearing on the other side. Here we are to the other side. Yeah, feels pretty good. So I'll show you the worst rust on this. That's it right there, and on the bottom of the door there. So that kind of sucks, but again, it's even like the inside of the bottom of the door isn't that rotted out. In the corner of the floor pan underneath there, but I don't know, I gotta go under there and show y'all. But that's it. Otherwise, this thing is actually really honest, which is cool. I really thought when we were getting this thing, like it'd be rusted out here, the actual mounts would be rusted out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure there is a spot like that somewhere I'm missing, but no, this thing doesn't miss. It keeps impressing me. But enough of me jabbering on. I'll get the rest of these tires on here, test that, and then we'll take her on a test drive. And there we have her on the Jetta wheels. No problems found in the front, by the way. The brakes are like brand new. Unfortunately, this doesn't look as good as the Honda wheels. Definitely looks more like a clap beater now, but it is what it is. Maybe some fresh gray paint on those rears and it'll basically be brand new. Anyways, let's go drive this down the road. We'll free up them lug nuts a little bit, come back, retorque them, and then, yeah. in the rig here now. Pretty cool interior for the most part. Vents actually pop out of the dash. But got to give her a couple pumps because she's carbureted. Sometimes it still struggles off the start. I'll give it no throttle here. There we are. Looks like it has an electronic choke too. And if you don't give it, if you kill that choke right away, it'll kill it and it won't want to idle good. But as soon as she warms up, she runs like a peach. And I just filled up the tank the other day. It only took 7 gallons. Supposedly these have 12-gallon gas tanks, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's a fishbowl. And she's so old, it doesn't have a passenger side mirror. That was optional back in the day. And of course, it's got the fabled super low gear for the crawling. Honestly, it's not that much sharper, that much lower of a gear than first gear, but it is a little bit slower. I'd say if first gear is 100%, this one's like a 75%, and no gas on the pedal. But we're also going downhill a little bit here. And another thing I found out with this rig is you can float gears. Yeah, right here, first gear, low gear, and then first gear. So it doesn't really make a difference. But all right, I'm gonna float in the second gear here. No grinds. I just put a little pressure on it and it shifts for me. I don't even have to like really time it. Third gear here. Pretty sweet little rig. But yeah, it's quiet. Drives great. It's got plenty of power for what it is. You know, the only thing, you can feel the secondaries kick in, but it's so. I mean, but I had a Suzuki Samurai before this, so anything feels fast after driving a Suzuki Samurai, if you know where I'm coming from. Supposedly the window rear defrost works, I think. A lot of the vents, unfortunately, they're kind of busted up, so when you slide it, they all move individually, and I don't think they're supposed to be like that. It's not a big deal. All the vents work, obviously, because it's a mechanical linkage. Air conditioning doesn't work because it's been deleted, but maybe I'll change that in the future. And yeah, I mean, on the front here, it ain't too bad. It's just the back where she's kind of lacking, you know. But it's basically a truck bed. I might just put like a wood insert there, honestly. I think that'll be the best thing for it. It's a work van. That's what we'll call it. Anyways, we'll get on the main drag here. Off on the main drag. Man, I should have brought my suction cup mount. That would have made way more sense. Oh well, we don't make sense here, we make dollars. Oh, my hay's getting rained on. I'm not even wide open, but this is comfortably speeding up. And actually, if you look at the speedo there, you see how 55 is highlighted? It's another testament to its age, back when 55 was the national speed limit. But besides that, the only reason it sounds a little noisy in here is because I have the windows cracked, but once you shut them, it's not bad. Like, I barely have to raise my voice at all. It's a good rig. It's a good rig. But yeah, as we're driving here, I'll just give you the overall synopsis on the car. I'm still finding things on it. I haven't really dug through it with a fine-tooth comb at all. But again, it's a good rig. It reminds me of my old 93 Subaru Loyale, where I even got it for the similar price. Feeling out those tires there, and there's a little bit of a wobble in there. The other snow tires weren't wobbling. However, these tires have a bunch of dirt packed in them, so they probably just got to be cleaned out. The radio is deleted on, so there is that. But most of the time when I drive, I just listen to my earbuds anyways. I can drive better if I have my earbuds in, but if I don't have them in, it's harder for me to focus. It's weird. I don't know. I guess it's the ADHD just working on overdrive. Looks like they're chopping a little bit of silage. Oh yeah. I did find out that the speedometer does read just slightly high, so 67, 68 is really 65. The original tire size on these is like a 165. No, SR13. This was made back when there wasn't an aspect ratio where everything just, like your tire size, your sidewall was a certain like 60% of the width of the tire or something, and that was just standard. Well, this has 175, 80, 13s on it, so they must be a little bit smaller than the 165s that it was originally meant for, just because the speedo's off. But it could also be because the car is getting close to 40 years old, but what do I know? But yeah, good rig. Very small. When this is put next to my Acura Integra, the Integra is just slightly longer. So even though this is kind of like a van per se, the original minivan, it's not really that utilitarian in terms of like, well, it is utilitarian, but maybe not as much as like an Econoline. But looking back here, I can fit anything I want from the auction back here. I mean, I can fit some wheel weights, I can fit a Power Stroke engine, plenty of Honda engines. I feel bad for the rear suspension, but she can get the job done. And look at them windows. Yeah, I got a little like sunroof up there. It's pretty sick. But yeah, 1987 Honda Civic. Just comfortably going down the road, doing the speed limit. Maybe a little bit over, but... And it's got a lot more in it. And it's got a digital clock. That's pretty cool. Alright, I got you guys wedged between the headrests right there, so camera quality may be what it may. So I apologize if it looks absolutely horrible. I already know it looks absolutely horrible, but just do a little turnaround here, and we'll do a pull. And to most traffic, it'll look like we're just going speed limit, just driving normal, but to us, it'll actually kind of mean something. Alrighty, slight downhill. Not really revving it over 6,500. You can feel that rear wheels push on it. Yeah, I mean, it's slow, but she's got long legs too. Technically, if I wanted to be faster, I could have put it in super low, but yeah, it does good. She's a good rig. Overall, it's not as cool as the Subaru Loyale. I still miss my Loyale. Doesn't sound as good, but it's definitely a lot more easy to work on because it's a Honda. And I'm okay with that. And I like Hondas. But yeah, keep in mind too, that carburetor needs tuning, and I haven't even checked the ignition timing on it yet. I assume it's good, but yeah, there's a couple more things that can boost its performance. A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll put a D16 non-VTEC head, so like a mini-me, on this engine. Well, I don't know if you could do a D15. I assume you could do any non-VTEC head. And, well, I have a D15 non-VTEC, D15 B7 sitting in my shop. So I don't know if that would just be like if I could bolt that to that trans at all, or if I can just take that head and put it, well, I know I could put that head on this engine, but then you have to convert it to EFI. So there's that. I don't really want to do anything to this. I love that it's carbureted, and I love that it's old, and I kind of want to keep it like that, but there might be some messing with the carburetor I'll do, like maybe put like a carb cheater on it, if any of you guys are familiar with that. But yeah, I got to get things dialed in first. She's definitely got a vacuum leak. It's got the symptoms of it. It's got the high idle. And also, you guys will see her soon, sometimes it diesels when you shut it off, but you know, old car things. We'll fix it as we go. I will say though, when you let off the throttle, she slows down pretty quick. So she's got the aerodynamics of a brick wall, but you put your foot back on that throttle and you barely have to put it down. She'll just keep on keeping on. So it's a good rig, what can I say? Kind of be tempted to put a receiver hitch on this so I can tow my implements around with it, but at the same time, I really don't feel like blowing out the rear suspension on this right away, and or you know, worse, blowing up a drive shaft U-joint or CV axles. But this stuff's built pretty strong, I'd like to think. We'll see. Either way, she's kind of the farm truck. Well, there we have it. There's the Wagovan. Let's shut her on off now and see if she diesels. Knock that off. Okay, I gotta fix that. Does that mean like a too hot of a spark plug? Can't remember. Alrighty, now it's time to retorque it. I got this set to 75 foot-pounds. I think the torque spec's like 60 or something. It's really low on these things, but whatever. But there we have it. There's the Wagovan. She's a good rig. Really like her. And again, I do think I want to put a receiver hitch on it, because then I could like take the car trailer and maneuver it back in the back 40 and not have to get a tractor going or something else. It's just a lot easier to hop in this thing, and I mean, you got great visibility with it, so might have to look into getting a receiver hitch for it or just making my own for it. But yeah, there's the Civic Wagovan. I thought I'd give you guys a little update on a new little addition to the farm and new little daily driver. So if you see this thing driving on the road, I'm sorry, I'm going as fast as I can. You guys, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I'll be making more content on this. And I am building an engine right now for my buddy Dalton, and it's coming together. It's just I'm missing timing cover stuff and whatnot. So there's a little hit in the road there. And you remember how I blew up the Integra? Well, here's the cylinder head off of it. And no, it's not plugged in. Well, I learned two things. One, don't trust eBay head studs because they snap. And two, this cylinder has low compression, like significantly low compression. Like these are all, oh, I wrote it on the wall there. 180, 180, 180, and this is 114. And I was looking at the cylinder walls. This engine has a lot of blow-by, and there's no scorching on it. So I think all that happened is, well, I think I just cracked a ring, and unfortunately, it hasn't gone and partied up and ruined my cylinder walls. So might be a real cheap rebuild, or maybe we'll go all out with it. I don't know, but that's pretty awesome. Anyways, folks, thank you for watching the video. I'll get the 1020 going soon here. It's just I haven't really been inclined to work outside because it keeps raining, and unfortunately, I don't have space to really put that. So I got the engine all covered up, but soon we'll get that running and driving more reliably. I can get her idling really good now. And yeah, you'll see more content on this as time goes on. I would like to bale my hay, but, well, you know, I kind of got jealous. Everyone else was cutting, so I thought I could cut too. And now it's been nothing but rain for the past 4 days. So light rains, not soakers, so that's good. But, oh well, it is what it is. You guys have a great rest of your night. And man, I just suck at these outros. Whatever, have a good one.